Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Bosica, and joining us tonight from the Terrebonne Parish School District is Krista Savoy and students Kirsten LeBlanc and Katie Ezel. Tonight we are going to discuss the Terrebonne Parish School District's dual enrollment program. I know the students are participants in the program right now, and Ms. Krista Savoy, a guidance counselor from Terrebonne High School, will go over some of the requirements for the program. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Krista, who is eligible for the dual enrollment program and what are some of the qualifications?
Right now, students that are in 11th or 12th grade can take dual enrollment courses through Nichols or through Fletcher if they have a 2.5 GPA and they have an 18 in English and a 19 in math on their ACT. 10th graders can be eligible, but it's on a case-by-case basis, and they must have an ACT score.
And then are those requirements changing for next school year as well?
Those are the minimum qualifications. Those you can take 6 hours of college credit, which is typically 2 classes. For those that want to take 7 hours or more, up to 12 hours, then you have to have a 3.2 GPA and a 25 on your ACT to be eligible for anything more than 6 hours.
So it's a little harder.
Yes.
So what are the advantages of taking dual enrollment classes while you are in high school?
An advantage, it would be to start college early. Some students want to go and be doctors and lawyers or go for a master's degree, where Terrebonne Parish will pay for them to take college classes. So they can get some of those prerequisites or those early classes that everybody has to take, like English 101 and 102, that kind of stuff. You can get that all done before you walk onto a campus, before even your high school graduation.
And let's talk about how it affects a student's GPA. Does it affect their high school GPA, their TOPS GPA, or even their college GPA?
It affects all three. For their high school GPA, it is counted as a 5-point class. So it is a weighted class, so it weights your GPA. And then it is a college class, so it is definitely going to affect your college GPA. And then TOPS does look at it because it is a college class. So if you do well, it'll help with your TOPS scholarship. And if you don't do well, it'll hurt that TOPS scholarship.
And I know each of the 4 high schools do offer the dual enrollment classes. What is the feedback that you receive from your students in regards to the classes that they're taking?
Most students love it. They try really hard on it. The thing that gets a lot of the students is deadlines. We in high schools we don't hold them to the fire for deadlines, so we give them a little bit of leeway, where the colleges and the professors, they do not. At 11:59 on Sunday, if they say that's the deadline, they are turning it off, and that is it. So sometimes that catches them, but for the most part, most students love it, and they excel at it and want to get those college courses out the way, so that way they can walk on campus as sometimes even a sophomore or a junior.
And when a student takes a dual enrollment class through either Nichols or Fletcher, do they go in person or are these virtual classes?
They have both. So Fletcher sets it up where they have a lot of their classes are online, but you could still go on campus. Nichols has a set of about 10 classes that are dual dual enrollment only classes where any high school student would be in those classes, no college students would be in those, but they could still take any entry-level class on campus, or if they decide they don't want to do an online class, they can find one on campus too.
And if we have a student that's not going to Nichols or Fletcher once they graduate, can they still take a dual enrollment class, and will they transfer to additional colleges?
Yes, that's one of the things I do when they come to apply. We sit down and we look to see, so if you're not going to Nichols, we'll make sure that that course will transfer and will fit into their degree program. The courses that they take sometimes can count as double. So like psychology, for example, it counts as a history class if you're taking it through dual enrollment. So then that can count as one of their 4 histories where they don't have to take that 4th one on campus. So we tend to have a good meeting with them to make sure that they're doing everything that they need to do and that it's going to be beneficial to them once they graduate.
And if you have a student who is interested in taking a dual enrollment class, how do they enroll in the programs?
Each high school has a counselor that is usually in charge of dual enrollment. At Terrebonne High School, that would be me. At South Terrebonne, it's Miss Kenya Fields. At HL, I believe it's both the junior and the senior counselor, Shanae Groh and Stephanie Dillard. And then at Ellender, it's Janice Spencer.
So each school will be able to provide the students with information.
Correct. And typically how I run it at Terrebonne, we have a meeting, and they have a first meeting and a second meeting just to make sure the parents are aware of everything also.
All right, well, I want to thank you for that information. We do have to take a short break. Please continue to join us after the break.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreau, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Homa's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project. Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Welcome back to Going Public. I'm Renee Bossica, and if you are just joining us tonight, joining me from the Terrebonne Parish School District is Guidance Counselor Krista Savoie and students Kirsten LeBlanc and Katie Ezel. Before the break, Krista was going over some of the requirements for the Terrebonne Parish School District dual enrollment program. Next up, we have two students, both from South Terrebonne High School, who are currently enrolled in dual enrollment classes. Kirsten, you are a senior at South Terrebonne this year, is that correct?
Yes.
How has your experience been with dual enrollment classes?
So dual enrollment has definitely had its advantages, but also its difficulties. Throughout dual enrollment, I've learned time management skills because the course load is definitely harder. And also being in a college environment has introduced me to college level coursework, which is going to aid me in my future career.
So it is definitely different than a regular high
Yes.
school class.
Yes.
What are some of the other differences between a high school class and your college class?
So in my high school classes, like Ms. Savoie had recently mentioned, deadlines are definitely more strict. My responsibilities have increased. It's less baby than high school, a lot more responsibility.
And would you recommend dual enrollment classes to any younger students, and why?
For a high school student who's looking to pursue a college degree in the future, I would highly recommend it. Getting ahead in college, saving money on tuition, especially as a high school senior, looking at Price's College, it's getting more and more expensive, and I definitely think that's going to help me in my future career and help me to be able to pursue possibly a master's degree if I'm able to.
And speaking of your future career, have you chosen a pathway at this point?
At this point, I've decided that I will be a chemical engineer. Nichols offering STEM classes had definitely opened that up to me, and it's something that I've realized that I want to pursue in the future.
And how many classes were you able to take through dual enrollment, even, your senior year?
So overall, I've taken around 15, 18 dual enrollment classes. I will have one whole year of college done once I've graduated from South Terrebonne.
So you're definitely getting ahead of the game.
Yes.
And what advice would you give to any younger students who may take those classes?
Any younger students, I would just say stay on top of your coursework, but also know mentally what you're able to take on and be realistic with your coursework and with your schedule.
And then also joining us tonight, I want to thank you, Kirsten, but also with us we have Miss Katie Ezel, who is a junior from South Terrebonne who has taken dual enrollment classes also. How has your experiences been with dual enrollment classes?
So my experiences have just been overall really positive. A lot of the professors are very understanding, especially the fact that we are full-time high school students, because I am still in high school full-time. So they're very understanding, but then they also make sure to hold us accountable, which is something I really like.
And how are your dual enrollment classes different from your regular high school classes?
My dual enrollment classes, I would say, are a lot more flexible. So I can do my schoolwork at 11 p.m. on a Monday and then be done with it for the whole week. So it's a lot more flexible than high school, where I'll have like one assignment to do in every class each day. I have one assignment for the week.
And the types of classes that you're taking, are you taking them online or do you personally go to a college campus?
So far, since I am a junior, I do carry a full schedule. I do take all of my dual enrollment classes online, and then I do attend Nichols every few weeks to take a test.
So you're doing a little bit of both. Are you enjoying the college campus experience so far?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's really nice. I like to go to the library sometimes before my test to get some extra studying in. But overall, the campus has been so helpful for me, especially since I've never been to a college campus before.
And would you recommend dual enrollment classes to younger students?
Absolutely. I would 100% recommend dual enrollment classes because it's just going to help you get a little bit ahead of the game, especially if you want to pursue a degree in college. Instead of having to do 4 years of college, you'll be able to do 3.5, even 2.
And what advice would you give to those students who are considering taking those courses?
I would say to just stay on top of everything. Like Kirsten said, it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, especially if you don't know your limitations. But if you just stay on top of it and stay organized about which classes have which deadlines, you'll be okay.
And let's talk about your future path. How many classes have you taken and have you decided on a path so far?
So far I have taken 13 dual enrollment classes, so that's about a freshman year of college. And my path I have decided on is going to be pre-med, so that's just going to help me get a little bit ahead of the game, especially since I still have 4 more years of medical school after.
And let's talk about, I guess, both of you. Which types of classes have you taken? And what has been your favorite course that you've taken so far?
So my favorite class that I've taken has been this semester. Currently, I'm attending Nichols in person, and I'm taking chemistry, which is something I'm extremely passionate for, especially because I will be majoring in chemical engineering.
And between the two classes you've taken, I'm assuming some online and some in person, are you preferring the in-person setting?
I'm definitely preferring the preferring the in-person setting because I'm able to be face-to-face with my professor, and it's honestly just an easier learning style for me, even though I know that's different for other students.
And when you go to the college campus, do you feel welcomed?
Yes, I do feel welcomed. My professor has been extremely understanding, and yeah.
All right, Katie, what about you? What are some of your favorite courses that you've taken?
So my favorite course that I have taken so far is one that I'm currently taking. It's Math 102. So it's essentially just a trigonometry class. And it's my favorite because it's everything that I'm doing right now in high school. So it's like I'm getting all this one-on-one time with my teacher in high school, and then I go and take a class, and it's the exact same thing, except I'm getting the college credit for it.
And if you had any advice to well, we've kind of talked about some of the advice that you would give to others, but if you had one word to describe your dual enrollment classes, what word would that be?
That word would probably just be amazing, I guess. I really don't know.
Amazing?
Because I feel like there's just so many different ways to describe dual enrollment, but like it's truly just been amazing for me. So that's what I would say.
All right, and Kirsten?
One word would definitely be worthwhile. I feel like the effort that I'm putting in is definitely paying off, and I'll see I will reap the benefits in the future.
I think you both will. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. We are definitely out of time, but I definitely liked hearing about the dual enrollment program. And I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.